the resume, my career education for Petrol and my life profession. What you have mentioned in your major is about the marketing and focusing on mutual funds marketing. Let me give you the best to hand over to Dr. Feroz to start with the remarks and observation about the piece report that has been submitted to us.
Well, my pleasure, another again, be here with you, representing my board, currently your BBA, major in marketing with the concentration on mutual funds, and I have gone through the contents of this what was submitted with respect to the wording of this degree to you. So I would like to have some portions related to the mutual funds. First, I would like to just start with how you can explain what is a mutual fund. What is a mutual fund? How you can describe that?
Okay. Now, because we have to go behind the story behind the mutual fund itself. Before the economy started, there is a company. Then before the company, there was a normal company, like you open your shop, he opens his shop, an individual business. Then it's become a company. 2 or 3 people have a company. Then there is size of company, the biggest size of company is corporation. Corporation company, they call it a money company. It has a stock in the market, so dealing by the stock. Now, the concept behind the mutual funds is you are not a member of an indirect, that when you go to the stock market and buy a stock for this company. The problem here with those people is that normal people, let us say 3 people, when they start dealing with this stock market, they get lost sometimes because the variation of the market is too much. So sometimes they get very lost. The mutual fund is to have an independent organization to manage, to buy a lot of funds, a lot of stocks from so many places with a specific weight and a specific description for each company, for example, from industry, from agriculture, from education, and from banking and insurance. And these stocks together make mutual funds, but with a specific rates, concentrate with the correlation. They call it diversification. There is old saying, say, don't put the whole eggs in one basket. The same concept. Matter of distribution.
Fine, you have talked about diversification. Will you let me know what you mean by this diversification, and at the same time I would like to ask you that what are the advantages of using these mutual funds? Advantages and what do you mean by diversification?
Diversification. So let us start with the diversification. Diversification means exactly how we distribute. If I'm gonna invest 100 riyal or $100 or 100 million in a stock market, how I will distribute this money to so many sectors of the market that will keep me, I cannot say with the zero risk, with the minimum risk, I can. This is the meaning of diversification. And exactly, it's a statistical study to find out exactly the weight for each company. So, if we have 4 sectors, agriculture and industry and banking and insurance, I will not divide 25% from each to this, from the main amount to this company, to this sector, but I will divide it according to the risk and return. And the main standard, we can say, standard rule is high risk, high return, low risk, low return. In this case, we want to minimize the risk as much as we can, the organized risk as much as we can, simultaneously with maintaining the return of the funds. And inside each sector, agriculture, maybe there will be hundreds of companies inside the one sector, for example, the agriculture itself. So how to divide the money inside this sector and inside this 100 companies. At the end of make this professional world, we have the perfect diversification. That we distribute the money. So in shortcut, it is distribute the investment in the optimum way with maintaining the return and the lower risk. And the advantage, you asked me about the advantage of the mutual funds. The main advantage of the mutual funds is normal people, as I said before, they cannot do this job by themselves. If you are an investor, you have a money. You cannot go to the market and start buying and selling. It's not your specialized. So many people go and do this, go to the stock market, start buying these bonds, this stock, these things, this that, but without a knowledge database. So what the mutual funds do? The mutual funds, it's an independent organization with a professional management managing this fund. You are as an investor, you give them the money, and they, in their role, they distribute this money to their mutual fund. Plus, if you want to go and invest by your own money, for example, me or you or anybody, as let us say $100,000. $100,000, you could not make a portfolio with $100,000. $100,000 you could buy from 6, 7 companies, 10 companies. So you will not reach the diversification, the optimum diversification. The mutual funds do is they collect this money and make the portfolio, the big portfolio. But your share is linked to the all mutual funds money. Yes.
Fine. Talk about how you can explain what is net asset value?
Net
Asset value.
asset value.
Yes.
Here,
It's related to the mutual funds.
so how it's related to the mutual fund. Asset value, we can consider the dividend, the share. For example, your dividend or your share in the mutual fund is same. This is the main value. This is the asset value. The asset value, for example, $25,000. Your share with the mutual funds. This is the asset value. It's fixed number. At the same time, you can have two kinds of benefits. It's like stock. Two kinds of benefits. The value itself for this one, it could be an increase, which they call it capitalized benefit. Plus, the investment benefit, which is every year, which is mean the distribution of the profit of this dividend, of this share. This is the part of your, the one you own from the portfolio. So two kinds of benefit. Capitalized benefit, which is the difference between how much you buy it and how much you sell it, and they call it the investment benefit or the investment returns, which is mean the dividends or the, let's call it the profit they distribute every year.
Fine. Now I have got the last question.
Yes.
My side is kept to your done. What is closed-end fund and open-end fund? How you will explain?
Closed funds and open-end funds.
Closed-end fund
Yeah.
and open-end.
Open-end funds. There is, as you said, there is two kinds of mutual funds, all funds with us. The closed one, which is shared between a company, big company. They make a mutual funds for them and their shareholders. This closed mutual funds, nobody from out of these companies can in or out. Nobody can access and share and buy share in this mutual and this funds. It's only belong to these companies and the people who's linked to these companies or as a shareholder with this company. For example, we have five companies, okay? Each company from us has 100 or has 1,000 member or 1,000 shareholder. Only this 5,000 shareholder can join the funds between us. Only this 5,000 member, which is 1,000 from each our company. But the open fund, it's an independent organization opening for the people, anyone, to give them the opportunity to invest their money without risk. Or let us say there is nothing without risk. Let us say with the minimum risk, with the highly professional and skilled people who's managing these funds, managing their funds. At the end of the day, they are managing the people funds.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abdul. I appreciate the answers. And I hand over to Dr. Sankari. Please.
mentioned in chapter 3 about globalization in the stock market. What globalization has to do with the mutual fund?
What the globalization has to do with the mutual fund? And this question is, let me say, it's a little bit related to the second chapter, which is the Islamic mutual funds. Now, when I bought this chapter, I remember a small thing, which is I really, if you allow me, want to mention. Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, was our Prophet Muhammad. He started in Mecca and here and close the story and move after 25 years or 20 years. After 20 years, Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam was sending a letter from Muhammad to the Heracl from Rome to the biggest leader in the world and force them to join Islam or he will fight them. So from nothing up to everything he moved within 20 years. This is globalization. This is the basic meaning of globalization. So if we can now, our Islamic economy, okay, we are including the international economy. We are inside the international economy. We have Islamic Bank, but the Islamic Bank here can include the circle of the bank in the country and belong to the central bank. And the economic of our country, Emirates, Doha, Jordan, anywhere, is belong to the international system. So we are a small piece in this big circulation. Globalization, I want the mutual funds is the small key or the first step to change the Islamic economy from an economy inside the international economy, a small thing in the big circle to be global. So that's what I want to mention to how what's the relationship between mutual funds and globalization. This is the first point. The second point is how. Now we are asking about how. How is, we have a lot of Islamic companies. It's not the meaning of Islamic company that they are doing with something with religion. No. Islamic company means Arab capitalization, Arab money. Arab money is all Arab country we have a lot of companies. These companies, if we can make mutual funds for these companies, at least we take the first step, not for the whole globalization, for the Arab country funds or the Islamic country funds. So, for example, let us say we have 1,000 companies in the Arab world, in the Islamic world, 1,000 big companies, 1,000 big companies. They join together with a separate organization, and this organization makes mutual funds for this 1,000 companies. This 1,000 company make a fund, one fund. Anyone from our Islamic world can buy share and join this one. So we have two benefits. First, all the Islamic world will invest their money in profitable companies. Second, all the Islamic world money will go to the Islamic company. So we will grow our Islamic economy. Then we will move to the globalization.